Well, hello everyone. You might see now I'm on a different background and I'm not used to do this kind of videos, but I really want to do this video for a long time. So yeah, this is my desk here you're seeing with some of my CDs I own. But we're not talking about that this in this video. We're talking about something special I wanted to review today and have been looking forward to review for a while. So let's get started. Well, here you might see a simple backpack, but that's not just any backpack. Let me open it to reveal something special. Ta-da! Yes, guys, it's the Game Boy Color. So yeah, you might have seen this on one of my older videos from my old YouTube channel, which I reviewed, but it had some notable changes since that video I made. So you can see, if you guys have been following me since 2019, you can see it has a different screen. I did replace this screen. I opened it up and I took it apart and replaced the old screen. I just got the screen from eBay and replaced it, and it looks good as new. Well, the only bad thing is the bezel is kind of scratched and, doesn't look that good, but the screen now works good. And yeah, I had this for like 6 years. It was from my stepfather who gave it to me, who was gonna use it anymore. So yeah, what else can I say about this? Well, the select button is has seen better days, but the start button still works. I recently opened this up because the D-pad wasn't working all that well, so I cleaned it up and everything and the buttons, and now it's working a lot better. But that's not all. Let me get some batteries to test it. First to test it so I get a little demonstration of how this works. Well, I'm not gonna put on some games yet, but I'll just gonna turn it on for you. Yeah, it works good, but one bad thing, the speaker, I think it's dying for some reason because when I turn on this and get to play a game, it's very silent. Listen, it's not very loud, so I might have to hook up to this to a speaker so we can get some gameplay sound. And also, another thing you might notice is I think there's a capacitor that's starting to fail because every time I play on this, it just appears weird lines on the screen, which kind of indicates me that I think one of the capacitors are starting to fail. But that's no problem because I can still see the screen, and that's all that matters. You can see kind of like the vertical lines but it still works at least. So anyways, let me hook this up to a speaker so we can play some games. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I hook it up to a speaker. One thing I need to say is I actually play with this Game Boy with headphones if I want to get some sound. But anyways, here we have the first game, which I think is one of the rarest games I've owned. Pokemon Pinball with its original battery cover. I've seen thousands of these copies with missing battery covers, but I managed to get this one. Well, sadly, it was kind of expensive, but I recently got it on a retro gaming restore. And it was kind of expensive, but it was worth it to get my hands on Pokemon Pinball. Anyways, enough talk. Let's put this game and check it out. Well, you might notice also the battery cover for this is missing. So, anyways, let's put it up and see what happens. Well, it works really good, and I really like this game. Let me move my camera up a little bit. There we go. So I can have a better, comfortable gameplay. Uh-oh. Well... Ball saved. Oh, there we go. So yeah, this game is I think it's very rare to see nowadays, Pokemon Pinball. End of ball. Bonus. 0 bonus. Well, I don't know how to play this game all that well, but I kinda do play and it's very fun. So yeah, until the next game. Let me look for which next game I'm gonna show. Well, guys might like this one because it's one of the best Game Boy games I've ever played. And it's not just one, it's two because it's a saga. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got Donkey Kong Land 1 and 2. This one I got it on another retro gaming store, restore. This one I got it the same place as I got this Pokemon pinball game, the same place. So yeah, that's why these are expensive, because you don't get to see them very often. So yeah, let's check out the first Donkey Kong Land. Excuse me. Yeah, let's turn it on. Oh yes, good old Donkey Kong Land. You can see, since it's an original Game Boy game, you can play it on different colors actually. You get this color palette, which is the characters are in like a brown color and the background is all black and white. So yeah, let me show you this real quick. So if you press different parts of the D-pad combined with the buttons, you can get a different color. Look. Now you can play Donkey Kong Land in red color, full red color. Think amber color, if I'm not... Yeah, it's like an amber color. Which I prefer this mode because it's more like accurate to a color Donkey Kong. And kind of reminds me of the Super Game Boy type amber color. You can also do other colors as well. Let me think this is the same one. Oh, this one's like a greenish color. Oh, this is black and white mode. Yeah, you can play it on like a black and white mode, just as you will do with the Game Boy and Game Boy Pocket. Let me look for the other one I was looking for. You can play this on like a... Hold up. There we go. This one's like a distorted, opaque color, you can see. So yeah, that was Donkey Kong Land. And I really love this game because it's basically, I don't know if... This one's not really a port of Donkey Kong Country, but the second one is basically a port of Donkey Kong Country 2, which you can play on the Super Nintendo. This is a straight port for the Game Boy. So let's check this one out. Oh yeah, I love that music. Haven't played this one that much because I wanted to finish the first game, then go with this one. Yeah, same thing with the colors. You can play this on any color you want since it's an original Game Boy game and doesn't bring that much colors. Like a 2-color game, if I might say. But it's a pretty good game. Uh-oh. Well, there we go, Dixie Kong. Well, I forgot to pick up the K letter. Well, there we go with Donkey Kong Land 2. Two of my favorite games from these. Anyways, let's get to the other game. See which one I get. Well, let's check out some. I got two games based off well-known movies. The first game I want to show is Toy Story 2 for the Game Boy Color. And one thing I noticed, and well, it's well said within the Game Boy, you can play this on an original Game Boy and it will obviously play on black and white. But if you play this on a Game Boy Color, it's enhanced for the Game Boy Color, so it will play all in colors. So it's something very interesting Nintendo did for a while. But anyways, enough talking. Let's get playing this. I really like this game. I wish I could get the first Toy Story, which is a game I also like. So let's put it up. There we go. I apologize, the screen is kind of hard to see, but you know. You know how Game Boy Color and Game Boy screens are made? They don't have any backlights. Oh, that pig took all my life. So yeah. It's just Toy Story 2. Yeah, anyways, that was Toy Story 2. I don't know what to else say about this game, but it's really good. Moving on to the other one. This one, it's considered, I think, the worst Game Boy Color game because of its physics. Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown. And you can see, this is the only Game Boy Color game that I have that has the Game Boy Color cartridge, which is not compatible with the original Game Boy. But anyways, let's get playing this. This is considered the worst Game Boy Color game because the physics and the gameplay is not very good, but I enjoy having it. Focus. And also, I really like that it has digital sound effects and, you know, listen. It's like a transition. This game was released in 2001, the year that was a transition into the Game Boy Advance. Nintendo was moving on to the Game Boy Advance. This was probably one of the last Game Boy Color games ever released officially. Like your Champion Shrek, the Big Bad Wolf, Pinocchio. Oh. what does it say here? Man, Monsterhood. Okay, Monsterhood. Or Princess Fiona. Let's do Princess Fiona. Ah, this camera is out of focus. See why the physics are kind of bad on this game? I feel like I'm playing a Nintendo NES game from the early 90s. Well, let's fight Pinocchio. You can see it has some digital sound. It's not like an 8-bit sound effect. And also, here comes a level that really pisses me off. Because you fight with Gingy, but Gingy keeps throwing shit at you, and you cannot beat Gingy. It's a very hard level. It's a very hard level because you can't even touch Gingy without losing lives. You can see what I'm talking about. Yup. It's a very hard one. So anyways, we're done with Shrek. Moving on to the last game, which I'm really happy to have, but sad. It's also sad at the same time because I wish it worked properly. But anyways, let me bring it up here. I need to get it fixed. Here we have Pokemon Silver for the Game Boy Color. Yeah, it's kind of, you can see it's kind of busted because this came originally with the Game Boy Color that my stepfather gave me, which is this one obviously. It came with this, and this is an original copy. But the bad thing is the saving doesn't work anymore, so you can't really save your progress. I need to get this fixed. And yeah, it doesn't save any progress, but you can still put it up and play. Just the only thing you can't really save your progress anymore unless you get the battery fixed. So anyways, let's put it up. Oh yeah, let's play the intro. Oh yes, brings back some memories. I used to play this game a lot on an emulator I have on my old tablet. I also wanted to get Pokemon Yellow, but it's very expensive. At least I have this one. Oh yes. Show you a little bit of everything from this. Well, silver. They're silver, as you can see. Also, fun fact, I have Pokemon Gold, but it's on an emulator. So, I wanted to also check that out if I can see if I can get it maybe. Which probably I won't because I already have silver, but if I manage to get this fixed. You guys will see in a moment what I'm talking about with the non-saving problem. Look. I press start for save the game. Probably the memory battery is dead. Silver saved the game. When I turn it off for a while, I'm gonna keep it turned off for a while, then turn it on again. See, it doesn't save anymore. So if you manage to catch Pokemon, everything, you do everything, if you turn it off, you'll lose your progress automatically. So I need to check if I can get this fixed because it's a tiny, like a watch battery there that saves your memory that it's probably dead. So yeah, but at least the game loads and everything. I really like this game. So yeah, anyways, I thank you guys for watching. I really liked showing this Game Boy Color and like showing all my games because I'm a really big retro gaming enthusiast. I also like Super Nintendo. You guys have seen my gameplay videos a lot. I like playing games and stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, share this video with all your friends and what have you. Anyways, I'll thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.